Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Nicole. If you've been to my channel and you've checked out some of my videos, welcome back. If not, and this is your first time seeing my face, welcome. Today is Monday, March 31st, right? So I haven't made a video in quite some time. I did have some other videos that I posted, but I took them down. So you know, um I guess my last video that technically that I last left off was like about 2 weeks ago. um I just been going through so much. I'm not gonna even get into everything that I've been going through, but I just been going through a lot. And I just kind of feel like God has been doing so many like amazing things in my life. But, with the way that Satan has been set up and, just like a lot of the spiritual attacks, a lot of the spiritual warfare that I've been encountering for the past, like, I want to say 2 to 4 months, it has really, really, really like played heavy on my psyche, on my mental, on how I think, how I see things. And I'm still waiting for the breakthrough, right? I'm like, God, like, when is this breakthrough gonna happen? But God is like, the breakthrough has happened, but you've been so blinded. You've been so beat up by what the enemy has done to you that you don't even realize that you've entered into your new season. You don't realize it. And the things that I've called you to do, you don't take any joy in it. Why? Not because you don't want to take joy in it. It's because it's every time that you start something and you get a good rhythm going, something happens and it knocks you off. And instead of like getting back up and dusting yourself off and moving forward, you stay down. You allow the enemy to like let you stay down, like, and I'm working on getting myself back up, but it's been hard, especially because I've been by myself, you know. I've been by myself, and like I'm just gonna real spill. Like I feel like I've been procrastinating. I feel like I've been so distracted. If you would have spoken to me back October, November, like I was on fire for God. Like I was talking to God all the time, hearing his voice in my word. But I think essentially what happened is that so many things happened during that time. A lot of, spiritual attacks, a lot of hardships, financial hardships, a lot of family, losing family. So essentially, like, I'm by myself, you know what I'm saying? And that took a toll on me. I was eating the right foods, briefly touch, like, for those of you that are new, like the way y'all see me now, like I wasn't like this back a year and a half ago, girl. Bruh, I was like almost 300 pounds, broke, busted, disgusted. I was taking care of my mom who has dementia. I was shuffling jobs. I was like all of these things. It was a hot mess, right? So from that time to now, like I've lost over 100 pounds. God has really delivered me from a lot of the strongholds that once held me, right? So I would listen. I was eating all the right foods, all my vegetables. I didn't really like. I cut out sweets and things of that nature, and it was just kind of like I was on my game, like, and I'm the type of person, like, when I'm really like into something and I'm excited about it, like I'm all in. Like it's either go hard or go home. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have time excuse me, we don't have time to play games. Like, hey, hello, you know, it's either we're gonna get it done or not. But I think what essentially happened these past 3 to 4 months, like I said, I came up against a lot of spiritual warfare, a lot of spiritual attacks. And the enemy knew he couldn't get me to go back to like a lot of the old things of my life. You know, I wasn't going to go back to smoking. I wasn't going to go back to drinking. I wasn't going to go back to sleeping around. I wasn't going to go back to, you know, watching porn, you know. I wasn't going back to any of that, you know. I wasn't doing that, you know. And not to toot my own horn, but, you know, I haven't gone back to any of those things on that end, right? I haven't, you know, this may be TMI, but, you know, I haven't done anything with anybody since June of last year. You know what I'm saying? I haven't watched porn. You know, I haven't done any of those things. You know, I've thought about it. I've struggled with thoughts and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie about that. But actually go out and do it with somebody, like pick up the phone. Nah. Because that's like visiting a cemetery trying to dig up an old body. What are we doing? No, thank you. So the enemy knew like he couldn't get me on that. But guess what he could get me on? Food. And that's why I was like 300 pounds, diabetic, you know, high cholesterol, all of that. Because I let food rule my emotions. I did a lot of mindless eating. Happy, eat. Bored, eat. Mad, eat. Feeling in between, eat. You know, and I wasn't eating the healthiest things. Hello, like high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol. I didn't have high blood pressure. High cholesterol and diabetes, you know. Eating, you know, cookies, frosted honey buns, cornbread muffins, chip Doritos, you know, Wingstop, McDonald's, just eating all of those things that were not good for me, you know. And I just got to a space and a place where I was like, yo, I'm not getting any younger, you know. I may look young, I ain't that young, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, you know, your girl, I'm 40. So when you're 40, I don't operate like 25 or, you know, 30 years old. Nah. When I'm walking upstairs, I gotta actually hold on to that sidebar. Okay? Listen, there's some days I'll be so like moving slow. I'll be like, y'all gonna have to go around because like your girl tired. Your girl is tired. I'm tired. Okay? I'm moving slow, but I'm tired. I'm 40. I gotta hold on to the sidebar when I'm walking up the stairs, you know. Can't go up the stairs as fast, even though I lost all this weight, you know. But I'm proud because when I was heavier, you know, I'm in New York, so like we walk everywhere and there's transportation. But bro, there was a time where I was heavy and I would like take the bus from my house to like First Avenue. And you're probably like, what's First Avenue? But take the bus from my house to First Avenue, which is like, if I was to walk, a 10-minute walk. Not even. I could have walked there. If I was to walk further than First Avenue, I would be huffing and puffing, like out of breath. Like I would need like my inhaler. Yeah, I have asthma too. Now, listen, First Avenue, cakewalk. I walk to, like, if I wanted to, I could even walk to 7th Avenue, which is pretty far, you know, and no issues, no problems. Like, I don't have to use my inhaler. First of all, I haven't taken medicine for my asthma in months. These past couple of weeks or so, past week and a half, like, I've had to use my inhaler because I have experienced like shortness of breath. But I'm just gonna start taking that inhaler out. Like, it's a mental thing. Yeah. But I be walking, you know, feet be tired, I be slow. I said, Lord, you just gonna have to just walk with me. Walk with me. Excuse me. Walk with me. Walk with me. Right? But yeah, so like I said, I think what happened is that so many things has happened in these past like 3 to 4 months. Like I said, spiritual warfare, spiritual attacks, having family members do things in the spirit towards me. I'm not gonna get into all of that, but it really just took a toll on me. And it's like the devil was like, all right, I can't get her to go back to smoking. I can't get her to go back to drinking. I can't get her to go back to these nothing ass men. I told you it's like going to a cemetery and being like, ooh, I want to do that again. No, it's dead. Let's hang it up. Yeah, but so he got me with the food. The food was unchecked. Oh, I could get her with the food. Told you I ate whatever I wanted. Right? So like I said, I was doing good. You know, oh, I don't eat bread, rice, all of that. I don't eat that. I would have my little soup, crackers, my apples. I would have like a fruit salad. So like I would get like grapes, apples, pears, you know, maybe strawberries, grapefruits, things of that nature, mix it together. You know, from time to time, I will have like some chips and like dip, like a guacamole of some sort, right? Something happened, and I don't really know exactly what happened, but you know, I just like something happened, right? And I think my lowest, I was like, keep in mind, I'm like 5'9", right? So at my lowest, I was like 178, 175. And I was really like slim. Like it was scary. But that was because I was, you know, I was fasting a lot and things of that nature. But I did, you know, like I was at one point, I was like, God, like, you know, been fasting a lot and, you know, I just want to be able to eat. That was the wrong prayer to pray because, baby, since I started eating, I can't stop. And I think I ballooned back up till about, from like late January, February to now. We're in March, about to be in April. Your girl put back about, so I was like 178, like 178, 170, almost 175. Y'all see my face? Y'all want to know how much I put back on? I put back on about 22 pounds. And I feel like that's a lot. Like in a month and a half, that's a lot. You know? What? I'm looking at the scale and I'm like, oh my God, Nikki, you have to stop eating. Stop eating. And it's not even so much of eating, it's I'm eating the wrong things. I went back to eating like sweets, you know, the little Debbie cakes. I even had my first sip of Coca-Cola and I banished soda. Banished soda. I didn't finish the whole can. I drank it. I was like, oh no, I can't. Banished soda. I felt, when I say I fell off the bandwagon hard, I fell off the bandwagon hard. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Eating all of this stuff. I stopped fasting. Now I'm up to like 10, 11 o'clock at night eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, bananas, having 2-3 cups of coffee throughout the day. Yo, I even, like, when I say I stopped like cold turkey with a lot of things, I just stopped doing a lot of things cold turkey. Right? But I've reverted back. I've reverted back. And like I said, the spiritual attacks, crazy. Crazy. I can't sleep at night a lot of times. There's been times that like my whole left side, I can't feel it. I'll have a headache starting here, like headache, and then jaw pain. Crazy. Right? Sleepless nights, body aches, all of these things, right? Experiencing like when I say violent stomach aches to the point that I'm like doubled, like bent over, doubled down. Like I can't even sit up straight. And that's what has happened to me like this past week and a half. Yo, the enemy got me. But once again, I felt like this was something that was done to me in the spirit. But like I said, I'm not gonna go too much into that. But yeah, a lot of health troubles, financial troubles, all of these things, right? So anytime God gave me something to do and I was fired up about it, it's like the enemy was like, nope, I'm coming to take that. And I let him take it, you know? I'm slowly getting back to where I was. I think where I was at like 178, I think that was a little bit too skinny for me. Because I also have to take into account to how much I weigh. I mean, how tall I am. I'm 5'9". So I think my happy weight will probably like no more than like 190. Or where I'm at right now. But I think 196. That's where I'm at right now. That's too much. So I think like 180, between like 180, 190, I'm good with that. Like 185, really, ideally, yeah. Baby, once I touch 200, we got a problem. But I really just got off, you know. I'm trying to spend time with God, but it's been hard. I feel like my mind is so cluttered. I'm so distracted by things that don't matter. Like I said, you know, it's just been real rough. And my prayer life, out the door. I don't talk to God the way that I used to. A lot of times I feel like there's no point in talking to him because he's already told me, like, Nikki, this is what you got to do. You know? This is what you got to do. And don't talk to me until you do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I feel like God doesn't love me. You know? So I struggle with a lot. I'm not going to get into all of that, but I struggle with a lot. And yeah, it's been hard. Coming back to God. It really has been. Trying to see if I'm doing the right things. Trying to see if I don't know. But I don't want to miss what God has for me. That's what I don't want. Despite what the enemy may have planned, I don't want to miss what he has for me. Because God has been too good for me, and he has delivered me from too many things. And a lot of times I feel like I'm just missing it. I'm missing it. I'm missing it, Lord. I'm missing it. God has had me start some things, and I've started it. Yeah. And boom, I think something happened, and then, I'm off. Then it's hard for me to get back up on it. So, and then like my faith has been attacked. I doubt God. I don't trust him. So it's like I'm trying to hold on to God and the things that God is showing me, the things that God has told me. It's been hard to believe him because everything that I start, that he's told me to start, and I've started it, has been attacked. And it's been real hard for me to get back to that momentum that I had. And I'm like, dang. So I've lost a lot of things. I feel like I've lost a lot of things. And I feel like my vision is so fixated on the loss that I'm not seeing. God is like, but I'm doing a new thing. Don't you see it? I'm reconstructing your life. I'm doing all these things. Don't you see it? Your breakthrough is here. You're not waiting for it. It's here. But you're so blinded. The enemy has you so blinded. You don't see it. God is like, I'll never leave you. Child, I couldn't run from God if I wanted to. If I wanted to, I could not. Right? I don't get things right. I don't. One thing I will share that God has had me start was going out and praying for people. I got my little sign, and I just be going throughout my city to the different locations that he calls me. And I'm going to be honest, within like the past 2 to 3 weeks that I've been doing it, I prayed for about 10 to 12 people. I don't know if I'm supposed to share that or not. But I've prayed for about 10 to 12 people in a matter of 3 weeks. Just going to these places. If I didn't pray for them, people just be like, keep up the good work. People give me smiles. And these are on days that like, I'm struggling to be out there. So when somebody says, God be with you, or God bless you, sister, that motivates me to keep going. And I'm like, all right, I know I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. But I think God wants me to come up in the spirit more. He's like, I want you to be, like, continue to be obedient to what I'm telling you. But also, I want you to get excited. I want you to be happy about what it is that you're doing. Because what you're doing is you're planting a seed. You don't know what people are thinking when they walk by you and see that sign. Right? And if you're there every day, maybe, you get a lot of the same people. You may not catch them day 1, day 2. You may catch them week 1, week 2. But keep at it. Keep at it. Some days you may get something. Some days you may not. but keep at it. So like I say, you know, I'm proud of myself because I got like 10 to 12 people in a matter of like about 2-3 weeks. I think this is like week 3. This is week 3. So like 2 weeks. I got 10 to 12 people that I prayed for. That's just praying for. We're not talking about the people that just shouted me out saying, keep up the good work, sis. God bless you. And I mean, I've had people laugh at me, but for the most part, people just kind of like, I don't pay that no attention because it's to be expected. But that's one thing that God is like, Nikki, you could really, really do amazing things with this. And I don't want you to allow the devil to come in and try to steal it, because he will. He almost had you with that. I'm like, well, God, you know. God is like, I know. So I think God understands, right? And I'm like in a rush. I feel like I'm in a rush. I got to get to this place. I got to spiritually like shift my mental. But like I said, it's been rough. It's been hard to make that shift because the enemy, like I've been in a boxing ring, the spiritual boxing ring with the enemy. And I've been fighting him. And you know, he's real crafty. He's real slick. So something that Jerry Flowers said, he said, when the devil knows he can't make you go back to certain things, you know, it's kind of like he'll get you in one area and it's just like, boom, I got him. Body shot. You know? And that's exactly, the enemy would try to tire you out. Like Muhammad Ali in that ring, boy. The enemy has been wearing me out. I'm telling you. Uppercut to the chin, body shot. Boom. Boom. Just working circles around me. Boom. I'm going to hit her in the back of the neck. She don't see that. She don't see what's coming. So it's been difficult, you know, especially because like I don't have like community. I don't have people that I could pick up the phone and call and be like, oh, I'm going through this, da 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 da. Nah. I just don't. I don't. But yeah, I just wanted to pop back in, and you know, that's just kind of where I've been. I just, not in isolation, but I just been trying to get to a mental space of where I could come back and tell you guys some of the things that I've been going through, some of the things that I've been experiencing, challenge-wise. Like, I'm out here, I'm by myself, I'm doing the best that I can. A lot of days, most days, I feel so overwhelmed because there's so many things that I feel like God is calling me to do. And I'm just like, Lord, slow down. Can I get to task 1? You know? And, but task 1, when God has given you 20 tasks and you're in the midst of healing and you're in the midst of trying to heal the abuse that you suffer. When you've been abused and manipulated and gaslit your whole life, surrounded by a whole bunch of narcissists, it's hard. So I'm healing. I'm trying to do all these things. I'm trying to show up for myself. Some days I can't even mentally get out of my bed. I think I've mentally clocked out. Spiritually, I clocked out. Some days I don't want to get out of my bed. I just want to sleep. But I can't because I got work to do. And nobody's going to do it. Nobody's here to help me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the thing. I'm looking for the help. And God is like, you may not get the help that you're looking for. Not right now. You got to start it. I'll send you help, yes. But you got to get this thing off the ground yourself. And I've had help along the way. I ain't going to lie about that because I have. But when you know that you got 40 things to do, you like, dang. Where do I start? And I'm the type of person, when I feel overwhelmed, when I feel stressed out, I don't do nothing. Nothing gets done. So, yeah. But, I'm about to lay it down. I'll probably have another cup of coffee. This will be my second cup of coffee. But I know God got me. I know that He's watching over me. But like I said, most days, really these past couple of weeks, I've been struggling with fear and anxiety hard. So much so, like when it first started, it's getting better, but when it first started out, I would wake up, fear, just, whew. That's the thing that I woke up with, was fear and anxiety. And I was almost like paralyzed to my bed and I was just like so bogged down with the fear. And there was times throughout my day that like something would come to my mind and then boo, I would feel that fear and that anxiety, and then it'll be like, it was so debilitating that it felt like somebody was softly, if this makes sense, somebody was like softly electrocuting me with the fear and anxiety. There was days that I was like in this zombie-like state where I wanted to do things, but I could not do it. Yeah. It's been bad. I'm getting back to where I want to be. I'm not there yet. So y'all pray for me. But just know that you guys are not alone. Like I said, feel free to comment down. If there's something that you need prayer for, or something you just want to share, get it off your chest, you could even message me here on YouTube. Because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be in a fight. I know what it's like to be in a struggle. But the enemy's mad because every time he sends something to get me off my game, and he may keep me down for a minute, but I always get back up. So it never works, right? Yeah. But I love God. God is my everything. I'm actually in love with God. That's why I'm fighting so hard to get back to where I was. And a lot of days I just feel like, dang, I ain't never gonna get back there. But I eagerly, I look for Him. I try to talk to Him. I'm trying to pray to Him. Yeah. Yeah. I'm in love with God, like real deal, real spill. That man has not steered me wrong yet. No matter how much procrastination I did, no matter how lost in the wilderness I was, no matter how long it took me to get back to where He was, no matter how long it took me to finally get on track with Him, that man has been so patient with me. He's been so merciful towards me. He's been so gracious. And I'm grateful for everything that He's done for me. I am grateful. Even in the times that I felt, there's been days that I felt like I was legit losing my mind. Losing my mind. I couldn't pray. I couldn't be in my Bible. I couldn't do worship music. The only thing that I could do was rock myself back and forth and just say, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Lord, I thank you, Jesus, Jesus. That's all I could say. But real love out here. I'm in love with God. And I know we're in like a funky stage in our relationship, but I will never stop fighting. Never stop fighting to get to that place. And I'm getting like emotional. I will never stop fighting to get back to that place where I once was. And if it takes me the rest of my life to get back to that place, then damn it, it's going to take me the rest of my life to get back to that place. If they have to chop off my left leg, babe, we hopping to the Lord, okay? Because the left side of my body has been giving me a lot of problems. Swollen foot, swollen ankle. Like I told you, from the headache starting on the left side, at like my hips, like, yo. So if my whole left side of my body shuts down, I still got the right side. I will crawl, roll, kick, scream. I'll do it all to stay within the presence of God. I will do it all. I don't care how long it takes me, how long I've been down. I love my father. First husband, first everything. And no, I'm not saying in a sexual manner, but first husband, like first provider. I never have to worry about anything when it comes to God. It may not come in the timing that I want it to come, but that man always, my daddy always show up. Like, for real, for real. So, yes, I'm glad to be back on these YouTube streets. Your girl had to take a mental health break. You know, I was losing my mind for a little bit, but we back. We out here. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but for real. Listen, guys, when I say please comment, you know, if you are having something that you cannot face by yourself and you want some advice, if you want a prayer, if touch and agree, please, I promise you, message me, DM me, put it in the comments. Like, this ain't no joke. Like, the enemy is real live out here and he's looking for souls to devour. Real live out here. It's not a game. I want to send y'all that encouragement. Please. Okay? So, with all of that being said, we are 37 minutes into this video. And with that being said, I'm going to let y'all guys go. But I'm not going to let y'all go without a verse. Okay? And I made a promise to God that I'm going to start incorporating verses in here. So, Psalm 88, a cry of desperation. Lord God of my salvation, I cry out before you day and night. May my prayer reach your presence. Listen to my cry. For I have had enough troubles and my life is near Sheol, which is hell. I am counted among those going down to the pit. I am like a man without strength, abandoned among the dead. I am like the slain lion in the grave, whom you no longer remember and who are cut off from your care. You have put me in the lowest part of the pit, in the darkest places, in the depths. Your wrath weighs heavily on me. You have overwhelmed me with all your waves. You have distanced my friends from me. You have made me repulsive to them. I'm shut in and cannot go out. My eyes are worn out from crying. Lord, I cry out to you all day long. I spread out my hands to you. Do you work wonders for the dead? Do departed spirits rise up to praise you? Will your faithful love be declared in the grave? Your faithfulness in Abaddon. Will your wonders be known in the darkness, or your righteousness in the land of oblivion? But I call to you for help, Lord. In the morning my prayer meets you. Lord, why do you reject me? Why do you hide your face from me? From my youth, I have been afflicted and near death. I suffer your horrors. I am desperate. Your wrath sweeps over me. Your terrors destroy me. They surround me like water all day long. They close in on me from every side. You have distanced loved ones and neighbors from me. Darkness is my only friend. Okay, and that's Psalm 88. Now, it's I'm gonna hit y'all with the Exodus 14. You know, everybody love this one, but it's true. Exodus 13 through 14. Exodus 14, 13 through 14. It says, but Moses said to the people, don't be afraid, stand firm and see the Lord's salvation. He will provide for you for today. For the Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you and you must be quiet. Let me repeat that. But Moses said to the people, don't be afraid. Stand firm and see the Lord's salvation. He will provide for you today. For the Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you. You must be quiet. Okay? All right, y'all. And on that note, we're 41 minutes in. On that note, I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed Monday. Get some rest. Don't let the enemy stress you out. And remember, always call on God. Always call on him because he is going to help you. But also know that if you need anyone to talk to, please don't feel like you can't comment, DM, whatever. Because I'm more than likely could touch and agree with you. All right. On that note, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm gonna go lay it down, try to spend some time with God. Let's see how that work out. But until next time, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.